So, how do you beat Alex Pereira then? There's obviously not a magic formula to become a world champion in MMA, but we can take a look at some of the habits that has gotten him in trouble in the past. For this, we will focus on his UFC career and the vulnerabilities that he has shown in MMA. This is How to Beat Alex Pereira. Poatan relies a lot on his length to defend strikes, and while he's somewhat famous for countering off slips, his head movement can be inconsistent. We will take a look at the tactics that usually give him trouble and the habits that could be exploitable in the future. We're gonna separate these in three categories. First, the left hook. The defense of Alex Pereira revolves largely around defending right hands with his lead shoulder, either hiding behind a frame or shoulder rolling, and reaching and parrying straight shots. As everyone knows, the left hook is the best weapon Pereira has. But curiously enough, his tendencies expose him when left hooking and expose him to opposing left hooks. While obviously a scary proposition, Pereira's load up exposed him to right hands over his left hook, and his leaping left hook can expose his body and stance. We'll see more of that later. Just like when he defends at range, Poatan hides behind his lead shoulder after his left hook, and it is here where he's the most exposed, as he's vulnerable to left side attacks, especially hooks that loop around the guard or he can't reach around for. Pereira catching a right hand on the shoulders and eating a follow-up left with no means of defense is a common occurrence. While he's better equipped to deal with straight shots, he has also been caught from the left side by southpaws who close in aggressively after the right hand. Part 2. Right hands. We have mentioned plenty of times the ability of Poatan to deal with right hands, but there are still openings to be exploited. During their first fight, Adesanya did a lot of work jabbing, leaving his jab out there or crossing it to Pereira's left shoulder to blind him and avoid the shoulder roll. He could use the same tactic to square Pereira up and tag him with a straight shot down the middle. During the rematch, Pereira adjusted retreating after the jab, but he still got hit by a big right hand over the top. He also hit him with a shifting version from southpaw. While his leg kicking technique allowed him to be quick, it leaves him very vulnerable from the right side. And he can be hit over the shoulder with changes to the tempo and trajectory of the right hand. From southpaw, Roundtree was able to find the right hook from outside foot positioning, giving him the space to loop it over the shoulder, and also as a counter when catching or checking kicks. Number 3. Takedowns. Obviously, taking down the kickboxing champion seems like the logical thing, And while Pereira has been successful in keeping it on the feet so far, and you would expect him to be constantly improving as a wrestler and grappler, there are still some interesting looks to consider. No matter how much he improves, to generate the huge power he does, Pereira needs to be planted firmly on the ground and transfers his weight. This means finding takedowns during his punches is one of the most viable options. His tall stance and tendency to reach with his hands also means he's vulnerable to takedown feints and attempts that can be useful even if the takedown is not complete. The tall stance and load up of his left hook is a potential entry for clinches and leg attacks. While clearly very strong and balanced, Pereira has shown deficiencies fighting grips and defending single leg attacks against the fence. Little changes might also be a way to get past his parries and shoulder roll. That's it for the video. Obviously the ability to exploit some of these tendencies are dependent on the skill set of every fighter, and Pereira has shown the ability to address some of his issues, not only since transferring to MMA, but also from fight to fight. But at the same time, it is important to understand that some of his habits are part of the fighter he is and has been for his long professional career. Let me know in the comments who, if anyone, do you think could dethrone Poatan. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel, leave a like and comment. If you want to support the creation of this content, you can head over to Patreon to get access to a big library of exclusive content and access to our Discord server. Or you can grab some merch from our store. We have original combat sport inspired designs in a lot of different formats. Till the next one, I'm Feño, signing out.